I'm Alina.
I'm Patrick, and we're the Rooyakkers.
We're just ordinary people who are following the call of God. We are taking a very non-traditional path into ministry.
I was in business, basically sales and management.
And I've worked in health and fitness.
We're going to the country of Estonia.
Estonia is the least religious country in the world.
My parents were my biggest role model. They shared the example of Christ to me ever since I was little.
I grew up knowing the Lord. I was saved at a really young age and baptized in the local river at age 10.
We got married January 22nd, 2011.
I grew up with a really close friend who was adopted as an older child from Ethiopia. And so when we started that adoption process, Ethiopia was a natural first connection for us. My heart just felt there, and Patrick was on board with that from the very beginning.
On an international adoption, there's a lot of different red tape.
About 1 year later, we still had not seen any progress happening in our case. The one person that needed to sign off on our file came to the United States, and we were able to meet with him over dinner. We ended up being there 7 weeks and coming home with the kids. So it was a total miraculous work of God.
After about a year or two, we just felt that our family wasn't quite complete yet.
God showed us and directed us to greatness. We're going to court today.
I'll be a family.
Forever?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Well, Ethiopia took 7 weeks, Nigeria took 4 months. You have 3 biological siblings from the first adoption, and you have greatness, and they took them completely right under their wing. It's incredible how the families actually bonded together.
We don't have ministry backgrounds, but we just always felt a call to go and to serve somehow. It was Missions Month at Celebration Church.
You know, that's my prayer for us in this series, that God, you would open our eyes to what you're doing around the world. That we would hear the cries of those who've never been given the opportunity to respond to the good news of Jesus Christ.
It was so scary and exciting that we both felt that exact same call.
We wanted to get the kids involved, right? So we wanted to get their take on this, and while they were sad, while there's some fear, the excitement and the calling was just as real for them as it was for us.
Something that I'm excited about is seeing new friends and telling about God, and something that I would like prayer for is when I'm telling them about God, that we could open their hearts.
We've connected with our pastor. He got us plugged in with Assemblies of God World Missions. We just started logically writing a list of places down that we thought fit what we were called to do. And the one on the list made no sense at all. It was Estonia.
For whatever reason, we just felt called to write that one down. So it was on our short list, and it was the only one that did not have a reason behind it. And we were praying, God, close the doors that you don't want us to walk through. We didn't want to make the wrong decision. We really wanted to go where God wanted to have us. And so one by one, doors to these other countries were closing. And every conversation that we had with the team in Estonia was confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that this was where we were supposed to be. Estonia is considered the least religious country in the world.
Estonia succumbs to communist imperialism.
Under the Soviet Union, all religions were heavily persecuted. But since they gained their independence, they've become the fastest growing economy in all of Europe. But also they're kind of worldwide leaders in a lot of not so great things too. Worldwide leaders in suicide, HIV rates, babies born out of wedlock, depression. They have a lot of their physical needs, but spiritually, they're very poor.
There are less than 1% of people under the age of 40 that are currently evangelical Christians. They're considered an unreached people group. Without outside help coming in, there are so few witnesses in their country that they could never effectively spread the gospel in their own country in any reasonable amount of time. So we're going over as part of a church planting team, and we'll be joining a small team of people who have planted Focus Church in the capital of Tallinn. Side by side with that, we're going to be starting a business as ministry initiative.
Speed the Light have raised money and helped donate a used Airstream trailer and a Sprinter van for us to use for our mobile coffee center. So this will be our first point of contact to really build community through coffee all over Tallinn.
And the ultimate goal is to use it for evangelism and growing the church. The long-term vision is that we would have the coffee shop and the church side by side in a building.
We're going to be actually under the leadership of Jordy and Elizabeth, who are career missionaries from the Dakotas, as well as about another 10 to 12 people. So it's a pretty small team in Tallinn, and we just can't wait to join them.
Each and every believer is called to participate in some way in the Great Commission, whether you're called to go or you're called to give. And we want to invite you to partner with us in helping to send us to the people of Estonia.